Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Landry Brady.
And I'm Annie Tomlin. The jury selection begins today in Harvey Weinstein's retrial in New York for alleged sex crimes. The jury's selection is expected to last about 5 days. Although Weinstein was convicted of rape and criminal sex acts in 2020, he faces the same charges again, as well as additional sex crime charges involving a new accuser. The two women who are at the center of the 2020 trial are expected to testify once again. Weinstein has pleaded not guilty and denies all allegations of non-consensual acts.
With the introduction of new tariffs, American electronic company NVIDIA is pushing to produce AI supercomputers entirely in the U.S. for the first time. NVIDIA chips power much of the AI that we know and use today. They announced that they will begin manufacturing computers in Texas with the help of companies in Dallas and Houston. In total, this is a $500 billion investment in manufacturing here in the U.S. Production at both Texas plants is expected to get started in the next year or so.
On Monday, the Texas House preliminary approved a bill that would allow universities to directly pay student athletes for name, image, and likeness. This comes despite lawmakers' concerns that the proposal would be a disadvantage to smaller schools and will fail to protect students within these NIL deals. This proposal follows the NCAA settled class action lawsuit, which opened the door for universities to pay student athletes in a revenue-sharing policy. Representative Carl Tepper said the settlement was put in place to impose limits on how much universities could distribute to athletes. Now, many lawmakers are raising concern about the widening gap between small and large universities.
Annie, do you have any plans this afternoon?
Yes, actually, I'm going to go to a baseball game, and I'm so excited that I get to enjoy the sunny weather.
Well, you better enjoy it while you can. Our weather anchor Cornelius Williams-Peoples is in studio to tell us what to expect the next few days.
Yeah, that weather is going to be fantastic to be out there, especially for that baseball game. Like, for example, for today's conditions, it's going to be sunny with it being 68 degrees, feels like 68, and 9 miles per hour wind speed. As we move on to tonight's forecast, though, it's going to remain clear with a little bit cooler, that being 67, feeling like 67, and 5 miles per hour wind speed. Moving on to tomorrow's forecast, it's going to remain sunny, going to be warmer than usual, but it's going to be 75, feels like 75, and 16 miles per hour wind speed. That's all I have for now. I'll come back to you with the weather, full weather, along with the 7-day forecast, but let's take it back to the desk.
Finally, it's tax time, and even college students often have to file. Now the big day is today, so if you've not already filed, you have until midnight to get those tax returns in the mail. But lots of Americans wait until the last minute to file returns. Nearly 1/3 say they procrastinate, mainly because dealing with the process feels overwhelming. As a college student, if you are single and have earned more than $14,600 in 2024, either from a job or investments, you need to file.
We all know how exciting the springtime can be, but it's important to keep a budget even when having fun. I've been practicing my financial literacy for this year's Money Month, and I got some guidance into how the Student Money Management Center here at the University of North Texas can help you too. April is recognized as National Financial Literacy Month, and the Student Money Management Center at the University of North Texas is playing a part in celebrating.
So to me, National Literacy Month is going to be a collaborative effort with different institutions. That could be educational institutions, financial institutions, different cohorts and things. They all come together and they really are pushing teaching about money.
The Student Money Management team takes pride in expanding the financial literacy of students in engaging ways.
So we'll do a variety of activities. Money Month is our time where we go all out for students. So we will do different tablings and things just to get the word out about us and promote us, but then we do really intense educational activities, but we make it fun. And it's really a time for us to give back to students.
For those wanting to partake, the Student Money Management Center is inclusive in all of its outreach programs.
So students can come into the Eagle Student Service Center and schedule a money coaching session with us. We talk to students in person and through Zoom about budgeting, saving, credit, paying for college. The students, they only pay $10 through their student services fee, so I would definitely encourage students to take advantage because they're not paying much to use our services. And after you graduate, once you become an alumni, you can still come and get help.
When we come back, more about the incident that has left Californians shaken up.
And the Denton Fire Department is getting quite the upgrade to help protect Denton residents. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a fun club with travel opportunities? Dive into the UNT Swim Club. Practicing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Pool Recreation Center. We accept members at any skill level. For more information, reach out to us at unt.swimclub on Instagram.
Hey you! Yeah, you. Tax day is right around the corner, and the IRS has free resources to help you. Just visit their website or contact our volunteer income tax program at 800-906-9887. You don't want the IRS knocking at your door. Whew, I guess it's too late for you. Pay now or pay later with interest. File your taxes.
Europe is exploring the possibility of imposing tariffs on many American goods. This would only happen if trade negotiations with the United States aren't affected. On Monday, a list of over 400 products subject to supplementary custom duties of 25% was published. Included was eye makeup, American toilet paper, tobacco, cigars, and women's clothing. These European measures were expected to come in as a retaliation for a 25% U.S. tariff on all imported steel and aluminum. However, the alliance of the 27 countries suspended its strongest matches until July 14th after the United States delayed its, quote, reciprocal tariffs by 90 days.
An earthquake with a magnitude of 5.2 hit Southern California just Monday morning and was felt by nearly 2 million people. Reed Binion reports.
The governor's mansion burned while the governor, his wife Lori, their 4 children, 2 dogs, and another family slept early Sunday. The aftermath showed destroyed furniture, ash-covered floors, and blackened surfaces throughout. The governor and others inside the residence evacuated and no injuries were reported. According to a police affidavit, 38-year-old Cody Ballmer turned himself in and said he harbored hatred for Shapiro.
If this individual was trying to deter me from doing my job as your governor, rest assured I will find a way to work even.
We hope everyone affected by this earthquake is recovering well and remains safe in case of any further damage.
There was a major change today in another criminal investigation in North Texas. A judge in Collin County reduced the bond for a teenager who's charged with stabbing another student to death. And just a short time ago, he was released from jail. Carmelo Anthony's bond was lowered from $1 million to $250,000. He was released from jail and is under house arrest. Anthony is accused of killing a 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet in Frisco earlier this month. Anthony claims the stabbing was in self-defense. His lawyers are asking the public to not rush into judgment before the facts are presented in this case. Annie, I heard that our fire department is looking to make history in Denton a little more green.
How are they planning to do that?
By having the first electric fire truck in Texas. We have our live shot anchor Vanessa Najira with more on the story. Vanessa?
Thank you guys. Denton has made history this weekend as it introduced the first electronic fire truck into the state. This new tool for our firefighters is called the Volt Era. The welcome party included the ceremonial push-in where members of the Denton community gathered to watch down the new truck and push it back into the station before heading into the service. Fire Chief Hedges also said that
the very first in the state, actually the whole southern region of the U.S. The only other electric fire truck right now is in Gilbert, Arizona.
Electric vehicle is a step into the right direction to protect the health of our firefighters. We'll have more tomorrow night on the new addition to efforts to keep Denton safe. That is all for me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Vanessa. Seeing Denton becoming more green is very motivating for me to start on that spring cleaning.
I'm with you on that one, Annie. I need to get more moving on fixing up my yard, but the weather's just been so crazy lately that I haven't figured out when I should do it.
Well, maybe our weather anchor Cornelius Williams-Peoples can finally give you your answer. Cornelius?
Yeah, it seems like this weekend may not be a good time to go outside and do some cleaning, but I'll get to that shortly around the reasons why. As you can see here though, currently that it's going to be 68 degrees across Texas here, being generally in the high 68s except for Dallas and Fort Worth and even Stephenville being in the 70s range, but otherwise everything else is going to be in that mid to high 60s range. As you move on to the next part, across Abilene, for example, to Denton or even Oklahoma City, again, that 60 will remain and the cool weather coming along with it. Just for a moment, though, before that heat will come in. Austin being 74, El Paso being 74, and even Shreveport being 74 as well. Those are the only within the 70s range. Now, let's go on to the 7-day forecast. The 7-day forecast is going to present that starting on Wednesday, it's going to be a high of 85, a low of 62, with that being sunny. Thursday, it's going to be mostly sunny, but the high winds are definitely going to be rolling in, with it being a high 88 and a low of 65. Friday, though, will transition to being cloudy with a high of 82 to a low of 63. That Saturday is going to roll in some thunderstorms, with it being a high 68 to a low 58 with 85% chance of rain. Going on to Sunday, those thunderstorms will remain, but will be less gradually in the rain category, being 75 with a high 68, low of 51. Monday will be mostly sunny with a high of 79 to low 58, and Tuesday being partly cloudy with a high of 81 to a low 60. Now that's all I have for you, so let's take it back to the desk.
Thanks, Cornelius. The man accused of breaking into and setting fire to Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's home has been denied bail. According to the police affidavit, the 38-year-old suspect, Cody Balmer, is said to have deep hatred for Shapiro and that he would have beaten the governor with a hammer if he had encountered him. CNN's Cheryl Hubbard has more on the suspect and the fire.
The governor's mansion burned while the governor, his wife Lori, their 4 children, 2 dogs, and another family slept early Sunday. The aftermath showed destroyed furniture, ash-covered floors, and blackened surfaces throughout. The governor and others inside the residence evacuated and no injuries were reported. According to a police affidavit, 38-year-old Cody Balmer turned himself in and said he harbored hatred for Shapiro.
If this individual was trying to deter me from doing my job as your governor, rest assured I will find a way to work even harder.
Investigators say Balmer jumped a fence around the governor's residence and forcibly entering the home before setting the fire. Police said he was inside less than a minute, evading troopers who were searching for him. The attack happened on the first night of Passover, an important event in the Jewish calendar. Authorities have not said that Shapiro was targeted because he is Jewish, but the attack left politicians on edge.
It's very scary when violence, especially of a political nature, occurs. I mean, the outcome, the impact is far greater than that one person who was a target.
Police say Balmer confessed to starting the fire using gasoline from a lawnmower that he poured into beer bottles to make Molotov cocktails.
The attacker basically wasn't a fan of anybody. It's probably just a whack job. And certainly a thing like that cannot be allowed to happen.
This type of violence is not okay.
I'm Cheryl Hubbard reporting.
After the break, more on how COVID impacted schooling in North Texas.
And your child's mattress may be making them sick. Stay with us to find out why.
I use Flex to buy my favorite snacks.
There is absolutely no way
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants. I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indie.
Here at KNTU, we have two traditional stations, 88.1 Indie and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
Look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
If your child has been feeling sick recently, there may be an unexpected reason as to why. My co-anchor Annie Tomlin has more on this with today's Your Health segment, as well as more on how some medical industries are now fighting back against high medication prices alongside their patients. Annie?
Thank you, Landry. If you have a child at home, you may want to start looking for a new mattress for them, as a new study has found that a chemical in mattresses meant to protect kids may actually be harming them. Flame retardants in ultraviolet filters and manufacturing processes. According to a study from the University of Toronto, the amount of chemicals released is not measurable. The study has found that when a child sleeps, their body heat releases the toxins into the air and the child breathes them in. The tested mattresses were purchased in Canada, but the same problem is expected throughout the rest of North America. Some of the symptoms from these toxins include asthma, heart problems, cancer, and onset puberty. And if you or someone else you know is diabetic and tired of having to pay through the roof to afford insulin, you're not alone. The North Texas hospital system joins the list of over 400 companies to sue insulin manufacturing companies. They claim that the manufacturers have been artificially inflating the price. The lawsuit alleges that prices have gone up by as much as 1,000% over the past 2 decades, despite stable production costs. Attorney Mark Pifko represents the plaintiffs in this case and stated to the Denton Record Chronicle that he thinks, quote, "I think people are waking up to this issue." The lawsuit seeks to return the millions of dollars spent back to Texas health systems and eventually pass it on to consumers.
One thing that I love about our university is our outstanding music program and how many local artists are able to show off their talents. I love that every day I can see a new performance here, especially at the jazz concerts. If you're also a big music fan, you may just be interested in what our segment anchor, Brooke Deerding, has to offer us. Brooke?
Thanks, guys. Well, UNT is home to one of the most prestigious music programs in the country. Throughout the semesters, UNT's College of Music has hosted weekly events to showcase their broad talent. This past week, ntTV's London Stewart had the chance to watch the 7 and 5 o'clock lab band perform at their final jazz ensemble of the semester.
Many gathered in the UNT syndicate to watch UNT's own jazz ensemble.
The opportunities that we have to kind of have real world experiences on campus, kind of like this. This is what you would be doing in the real world, but they give us an opportunity to kind of experience it while we're studying it. When I be going to Starbucks, they be playing jazz in there all the time. So I guess that, or seeing people from different majors coming to watch this, and everyone, it brings everyone together. It doesn't matter what major you are, you're in. They all just come to watch jazz.
UNT is home to some of the most prolific music instructors.
The amazing faculty. I mean, pretty much everybody here is either Grammy nominated or very much well known and very good at what they do.
Here at this event, the UNT 7 and 5 o'clock lab bands performed their last performance for the semester.
You know, being in a band with 30 plus people, it really forces you to have to play outside of your comfort zone.
A chance for the jazz program to show the talent that it has.
UNT's jazz ensembles have occurred all year long and have provided a way for young talents to get their name out there and provide students and guests with a show.
You guys can join them in the fall of 2025. Go Mean Green.
And if you're a rising artist who's looking to expand your expertise, UNT could be the fit that you're looking for. That's all I have for Seen and Heard. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Brooke. If there's anything I love, it's women in sports.
I agree. That reminds me, I just heard of the recent WNBA draft.
As did I. Our sports anchor, Christian Bursuch, is in studio to tell us all about the top draft pick and more. Christian?
Thanks, guys. Paige Beckers officially made it to the WNBA last night, and JD Vance had a bit of a struggle with the college football championship trophy. I'll fill you in after the break.
Already seen the same old city? You want to learn something and go overseas? Then study abroad with one of many UNT Study Abroad programs. You can find a Study Abroad office right here at Markey Hall, room 145.
My Study Abroad program left on me a great impression. We have a lot of different programs and it varies. We have faculty-led, affiliate, and exchange programs. When you're ready to leave for your Study Abroad program from UNT, you're going to go through pre-departure orientation and modules so that you are prepared.
The power to turn the world into your classroom is right here at UNT with our Study Abroad programs. Take flight and take in charge of your education.
There's no harm in wanting to have fun while in college, but it's easy to lose track of how much you've had. Apps like Drink Control and Alkadroid can help keep track of your consumption and blood alcohol levels. If you or someone else does drink too much, the signs of alcohol poisoning are as follows: pale skin, vomiting, confusion, low body temperatures, irregular breathing, blacking out, and is hard to wake up or cannot be woken up.
Dude, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Wake up.
It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to be responsible. If you suspect someone is suffering from alcohol poisoning, get help immediately. You will not get in trouble for seeking help if you are underage. For more info and resources, go to UNT's Division of Student Affairs.
Hey you! Yeah, you. Tax day is right around the corner, and the IRS has free resources to help you. Just visit their website or contact our volunteer income tax program at 800-906-9887. You don't want the IRS knocking at your door. Whew, I guess it's too late for you. Pay now or pay later with interest. File your taxes.
The Dallas Wings are ready for a new era, selecting UConn superstar Paige Beckers with the first pick in the WNBA draft last night. With a 9-31 record last season, the Wings are hoping Beckers can make an instant difference for the team. At the 11th pick, TCU star Haley Van Lith was selected to the Chicago Sky, where she will be reunited with former LSU teammate Angel Reese. Although DFW is glad to welcome Paige Beckers, we are definitely going to miss Haley Van Lith. But while welcoming the Ohio State Buckeyes to the White House in celebration of their college football national championship in January, Vice President J.D. Vance had a bit of a slip-up while handling the trophy, dropping the bottom half of the trophy while holding on to the top. The moment ended up being one of comedy, though, with Ohio State coach Ryan Day coming over to assist Vice President Vance as President Trump looked on in shock. Overall, the ceremony went just as planned with the exception of Vice President Vance's accident. The NBA play-in is beginning tonight. The 7 versus 8 seed games will feature the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Orlando Magic in the Eastern Conference and the Memphis Grizzlies versus Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference. The winner of these games will claim the 7 seed, while the loser will have to take on the winners of the 9 versus 10 seed games for a shot at the last playoff spot in both conferences. The 9-10 games will feature the Miami Heat and Chicago Bulls in the Eastern Conference and your Dallas Mavericks taking on the Sacramento Kings in the Western Conference. I'm most looking forward to the Warriors and Grizzlies games tonight. I'm hoping to see the Warriors come out with a win. Thanks, guys. Back to the desk.
Thank you for watching ntTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.